Good evening, club president, immediate past president, district officer, beloved member, and distinguished guest. Welcome to 57 Sutera Utama Toastmasters Club regular meeting. My name is Racheal, and I'm the sergeant at arms for this meeting. Let's start with our ice-breaking section. To help us know you better, now I would like to invite our guests to introduce yourself. Tell us your name, your profession, and anything just you want to share with us. Let me start with a demonstration. Example, my name is Racheal. I'm 28 years old. Always 28. And my hobby is dancing, singing, and diving. Okay, now should I begin with Yves?
Hi, my name is Yves, 33 years old, and my hobby is singing. Thank you.
And another guest, we got another guest online is Mr. Sam Leong. Do you mind to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Sam, and I'm 22 years old this year. And my hobby is playing piano, reading fiction books, and occasionally cooking. And I'm told to mention who actually introduced me here, which is Miss Joanne Lim. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's give all of our guests a very big round of applause. Meeting, let me walk you through some general reminder. To keep each other safe, please adhere a COVID-19 SOP at all times. Maintain social distancing. Wear your mask all the time and sanitize and wash your hands always. Please put your phone on silent mode in the meeting and refrain from walking in and out when the meeting has started. And be attentive and participate always. Now, please mute when not speaking. This is for online audience. Please mute when not speaking. Always display your video. Pin timer during delivering your speech. And always sit in good posture, relax and enjoy. Now, I would like to invite the President of Sutera Utama Toastmasters Club, Kishan, for his opening address.
Thank you, our lovely Sergeant at Arms, Racheal. Fellow Toastmasters, our guests, good evening.
Good evening.
Today, our meeting theme is We Are Better Together. Like how? In fact, we all know a Chinese proverb that when we have one chopstick, it's easy to break it, to be broken. When we have 10 pairs, is it easy to be broken out?
No.
No, not again. Yes. And that is why we need to stay united. We need to be a unity. And this is the spirit that I see in Sutera Utama Toastmasters Club. Why? Because when this is, our club has a very quick short history, let me share with you. And during that time, this is formerly a dying club. And this dying club is being taken over by our Madam Law here. And then, after Madam Law has a young session with Raymond, with 3 people, that's the first generation. Then we have our brothers who is online joining us today. And then my turn, Racheal's, my wife shows up. That's the second generation of the members. And today we have seen many third generation members. We have Jojo, we have Jason, we have Shenghu here. And then our latest batch of the members is like Claire, we have Kang, we have Xian, and today what surprised me is we have our most latest joining us member today who took half day leave just to join our club meetings from Singapore. Let's give him a round of applause. This is exactly the same spirit I see what is united us. And it's not easy have to travel all through thick and thin to be able to be present here in the physical meeting. And I'm also very happy to welcome our 2 visiting Toastmasters, who is none other than distinguished Toastmasters Sajni to be our graduate today, and then our general evaluator, leadership level 5 proficient Kishan, who is proficient in how to set up a hybrid meeting. That is why we are honored to have him here today to observe, to see how we set up our hybrid meetings and to give us some evaluation later. So I really look forward that it is not easy at this stage, and then we have to have this kind of hybrid meeting set up. And this is also my vow that this term we are going to do a world-class hybrid meeting, okay? But we cannot do it alone. We cannot do it ourselves or the ESCO team. We need all the members to come to support us, to help us better every meeting. And lastly, our new members are always so passionate and then willing to be part of our club. And I'm so happy to see Jojo take up speech club coordinator very soon after she joined the club. And as well as Shenghu. And then even today I saw Claire who took the contest chair. Just a few don't forget to join the contest, okay? And it's a physical contest here. I'd like to exhort all of you to take part in the contest. And lastly, please let me to, I would like to start this meeting with the gavel. I will now announce the meeting is start. Our level of the evening. She is our past Vice President of Public Relations, and her poster is not very well designed at the club level. Now she even do poster creation at the district level. Let us show our love to our first member of the evening. Presentation mastery level 4, Long Ying.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Is it okay now? Is it better? Not too loud, but you can hear me clearly. Good. Now we will start our next. Thank you so much, our President Yves, for introducing me. So hello everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Yeah, I need some happy voice to refine you here. Very Toastmaster and Doshi leaders, welcome to Sutera Utama Toastmasters Club 57 regular meeting in hybrid mode. Okay, once again, thanks for coming, and we have our junior leader and a governor all the way from Racheal, thanks to the Zoom, so that we can invite them to our meeting. Okay, my name is Yves, and I'm honored to be your Toastmaster of the evening today. So do you guys know what's the theme for today's meeting? What's the theme meeting for today?
We are better together.
Yes, we are better together. So let me ask you a question. So do you believe you can meet your good friends in Toastmasters?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Who say no? No yet. Because of just joining Toastmasters, so you don't know, don't have any good friends yet.
More than friendship.
More than friendship, what's the relationship mean for? Of course can. Actually, I have witnessed a few of couples who meet in Toastmasters. So they even married now. So but today we are not talking about marriage, we are talking about our best friends, right? So we are better together. So are you all feel happy when you join a Toastmaster meeting? Do you guys feel happy? Yeah. So a good thing need to share with your best friend, right?
Yes.
So only Jojo brings her best friend there. Where is your best friend? Not yet. Online. Never mind. Next meeting you can invite your best friend to our meeting.
Best friend only.
Alright. So then have you bring your best friend in this evening. Okay, great. So you can't paint a picture without a pen. Or you can make a milkshake without milk, right? So best friend, you need to bring them come over our meeting. So you did a very good job and you bring your best friend come over tonight in our meeting. Okay, without further ado. We changed the number. Is that okay?
Okay, continue.
So for the benefit of the guest, I should briefly walk you through the history of Toastmasters. Multimedia, can I have the slides on screen please? Actually, Toastmasters was founded by Dr. Racheal on October 1924 at the YMCA in Santa Ana, California, where there was a need of improving communication, management, and leadership skills in the community. Today, Toastmasters is a worldwide non-profit educational organization which empowers people to become more effective speakers, communicators, and leaders. And we have Pathway. What is Pathway? Pathway learning experience is a Toastmasters education program which is designed to help members build the competencies to communicate and lead. Can I have the Pathway slides on screen? Now let's go through. So you may choose the path that caters to your current goals. Basically, we have 11 specialized learning paths. You can choose one of the pathway and can get through and learn from this pathway. And we have a typical Toastmaster Club meeting consists of 3 main segments. The first one is the prepared speech section. Members can deliver his or her project speeches. Next is about the table topic section. It's known as impromptu speeches. So all audience or members and our own guests, you can get to speak on their own speech based on the table or the topic selected on the spot. Last is our evaluation section. Its feedback will be given to the project speakers. Next, I will now introduce about our appointment holders today, who will assist in the running of today's session. So please wave the camera or you can raise your hand when your name is called upon, as everyone can identify you. Is it okay? Then raise your hand. Alright, first of all, we have our handsome But beauty, yeah, handsome but beauty. So the persistent influence level to Racheal. She is the mother of 3 children, also a decent woman. Wait, another one. She's the mother of 4 children. Also, a decent woman has assisted in kidstarting tonight program. Here is the long time no see you, Racheal, is it? If you miss her much, please give her a big round of applause. So that she will respect our meeting as well, is it? Yeah. Thank you so much. Next we have our IT man, Dream Master. He is the Sutera Toastmasters Club immediate past president. Currently worked as property agent, so let's welcome strategy relationship level 1, Therefore, next we have for every meeting we have another special role leader, which is multi-media master. She is working in pharmaceuticals industry, also a district evaluation contest winner in year 2022. Let's welcome leadership, the volume level 5, Jeremy. With your hand on camera. Next, our role leader is Tyler. He is working in pharmaceuticals industry too. Also, one of our handsome members is Sutera Utama Toastmasters Club. Let's welcome Toastmaster Doshi, and he will be recorded down timing for each section in today's meeting. Next, introduce to our archiver. He is the self-employed, full of passion in learning journey, and he also always is humble and willing to learn new things. Everyone looking for his selection. Yes, and he is not other than presentation mastery level 2 boy life hope. Who will take note of the cause of jealous like I use by our speaker today. Okay, next, to monitor the exemplary as well as the improper use of language, we have our grammarian. Distinguished Toastmaster Sajni Dharamdass. She is founder of VFS Solution, providing HR advisor service, also on the board advisory panel of the Women's Institute of Management, KL, Kuala. So the reason why she joined Toastmaster is because to give back to the society. So she joined USJ Toastmasters Club 5 years ago. So please help me to welcome distinguished Toastmaster Sajni to share with us the word of the day. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Sajni.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster of the evening. The word of the day is united. United is an adjective, which means it is a descriptive word. What is the definition? What is the meaning of united? Joined together for common purpose. And synonyms with similar words would be integrated, unified, or considered. An example of some sentences of the usage is, number 1, when people are united, they agree and act together. Another example would be, they united in their attempts to form a club. Now, in your club, you also have idiom of the day. And the idiom of the day is through thick and thin. The definition is in good times and bad times. Example of usage would be, best friends stick to one another through thick and thin, ups and downs. With that, back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, our English teacher of the day. Next, last but not least, our general evaluator, Dynamic Leadership Level 5, Kishan, Pradip, Doshi, from Math Toastmaster, who will keep an eager eye overseeing the meeting and conducting the evaluation section. Hi Kishan, Kishan, hi and wave to us. Let's Hello. Perfect. Now we will move to our next section, which is prepare speech. This is one of the most important segments in Toastmaster routine. Our first speaker of this evening will be delivering her presentation material level 1, project 3, introduction to vocal variety and body language. Please welcome her evaluator, Toastmaster Kang. Read out the project purpose. Yeah, I would like to invite evaluator to read out the project purpose. Yes. Yes.
For Eileen's speech today, her project purpose is for the member to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance the speech.
Thank you so much, evaluator, Toastmaster Kang. So the time allocated for this speech is 5 to 7 minutes. I would like to have a timer to demonstrate the timing sequence with me. So at the 5th minute, the green light will be displayed. At the 6th minute, the yellow light will be displayed. At the 7th minute, the red light will be displayed. At the 7 minutes 30 mark about the ring, and please break up your speech students. So the speaker has stopped working since March this year. Previously, she worked at a quantity service firm handling accounts and admin. But now she works with a new NGO to set up the account and admin. So please help me to welcome Toastmaster Mei. Her speech title is Shopping Online. Shopping Online. Please welcome Toastmaster Mei.
Have you all been to do shopping online?
Don't use
Yes.
mic. The mic got problem, don't use mic. That's raise your voice. Yes.
Okay, online shopping is a form of commerce, electronic commerce, for which for a consumer to buy goods and services from a seller over the internet. So in today, the modern era, there are online full of technologies. So online shopping is growing by leaps and bounds year after year. So remember, during year 2020 and 2022, we were under the lockdown for several months. We are banned to go out. So many people prefer online shopping to get their products and services to deliver to their doorstep. Shopping online is so popular now, and everybody is using shopping online now. It's so convenient. Do you think so? It's convenient?
Yes.
There's advantages and disadvantages. And the advantages is it's so convenient. It's open 24/7. Then shop day and night. I can sleep and shop. In pajamas, I can shop. And you can see, you can see find the products very quickly, and you can see the different products and with the many variants of shapes and colors and prices, and you can see the products, many prices. You can check the prices, and you can buy a cheaper one. And the prices You can select that is according to the price range that you want, and you can get even a lower price. Sometimes seller also offer the payment to be paid by installment with no interest. It's a good advantage. And also sometimes the seller are so helpful and they deliver to us very quickly. But what is the disadvantage of shopping online? You cannot see the products visually. You have to buy by faith. It's a risk, especially clothing. Whether it fits your body, you don't know. So this is the disadvantage. And so sometimes the shipping might be mishandled. When it arrives to you, the package is not damaged. And sometimes it's the trouble to send it back to the seller. You have to pack and send it to the courier service company. That is spending time and let them refund to you for our goods only. I last week went to bought a pair of hiking shoes online, and when I see the photos on it's advertised that it looks good and many attractions that and it's a grip that's suitable for hiking. So I bought it by the phone. Then I received it, I wear it, it fits nicely on my feet. It's so beautiful. I took photos, I video, I sent it to the seller, I commented, very nice shoes. I like it, I love it. Thank you so much. It fits nicely on me. 2 days later, I went hiking. I walked and hiked. Why now my leg, my right feet are so painful. I continued to hike. When I reached home, I took up my shoes. My goodness, my red toe already went red. And it's so painful. So I applied cream and ointment. And I continued to apply. My goodness, a few days later, the toes nail turned black. The nail already dead and still stuck there and couldn't come up. I was thinking, should I go and see doctor? What would the doctor do? The doctor definitely extract the nail, and that would be very painful. You know the painful ISO? I decided not to go and see the doctor. I there with it. I every day apply cream on beautifully, amazingly. Few weeks later, the white nail grow out, and also the black nail grow out simultaneously. And I trim the black nail, and the white nail continue to grow out. Amazing. Few months later, I have my white nail grow out beautifully. But the lesson I learned is that never buy shoes online. You must go to the store or shop to try on that it fits you. So that's the lesson that I learned. But last year, I also bought a unit of laptop online. Before I buy this laptop, I scout around the shop and see and check the price and compare. A few days later, I saw this online. They have an promotion, very low price and beautifully. He said today is the last day of promotion and also limited stock. You have to take it now. This is the price. It's fixed by 900 over unit. Wow, I quickly grab and order and I received it 2 days later. It's so nice, this laptop. I love it so much. And I'm using now, and it's for the online Zoom for the Sutera Utama Toastmasters Club. It's beautiful. And I really like this laptop. So I enjoy shopping online too. So you learn. Sometimes things that can be buy online but you must find a fix. Means without knowing that is good or not good, the quality, you will not find. So shopping online, there's advantage and disadvantage. I will continue to shop online too. Thank you.
Thank you so much for our speaker Mei. The lesson, the only one lesson that I learned from Mei's speech is never buy your shoes online. But nowadays we can always comment, we can read the review before we purchase, right? So I think this is another good tip for you all. But if let's say can, just go and buy in shopping mall. Never listen to Mei advice. Try to not purchase online. Is it? Yeah. Thank you so much, Mei. So now our second speaker for this evening will be delivering his halfway dynamic leadership level 1 project 1 icebreaker. Please welcome his evaluator, Toastmaster Claire, to read out the project purpose. Welcome.
Okay, the project actor, the project letter is dynamic. The purpose of this project is for the members to introduce themselves to the club and learn the basic structure of the public speech.
Thank you so much, Evaluator Claire. So the time allocated for this speech is 4 to 6 minutes. I would like to have Emma to demonstrate the timing sequence with me as well. So at the 4th minute, the green light will display. Turn on this with at 4 minutes. At the 5th minute, the yellow light will be displayed. At the 6th minute, the red light will be displayed. At the 6th minutes 30, marks or bell will ring, and please wrap up your speech as much as possible. So the speaker is an engineer currently working at Singapore, but he's all the way from Singapore to JB and in our physical meeting venue today, and his hobby is playing football and swimming. Let's put our hands together, our new joint member, that This title a very unique career path, a very unique career path. Please welcome Toastmaster Dave.
A very good evening to Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Lim Eng Chuan. You all can address me as Dave. My hobbies are playing footballs and swimming. During my primary schools, I did not score well in my academic results, and I totally do not have any interest to go to school for studies and even tuitions. After I obtained my Form 3 result in my secondary schools, and I was very fortunate and able to join into the science stream class. And I would like to thank to Wong who helped me and transferred me from art stream class to science stream class with a moderate Form 3 results. Without her, I'm able to register as my art stream classmates. Most of them, they are undisciplined, and they are always surrounded with gangsters. So after I completed my secondary schools, I have successfully enrolled into Tunku Abdul Rahman College. That was the first time for me to stay away from my hometown and began to learn how to live independently. During the college time, the more challenging part is to catching up the English language, as most of the subjects they are shown in English, which is very different from my secondary schools, which all the subjects are shown in Bahasa Melayu. At least most of you are having the same experience as well. I spent most of the times in searching at the dictionary for the translation from English to Chinese. Furthermore, my college friends are Chinese and we used to speak in Chinese. As such, my English learning progress is become slower. Luckily, I'm able to graduate from my college and I have decided to pursue my degree in Tunku Abdul Rahman universities. Can you all have a guess which career path did I choose after I have graduated from my universities? No. Yeah, I believe most of you are unable to have a right guess. Most of my classmates, they will be joining in the technology companies or semiconductors and begin their very first career as engineers. However, for me, it was very different. I decided to apply for UK working holiday visas and work as a waiter. I'm coming from a middle class family and my parents was unable to support me financially for my studies in my college and universities. I have no other alternative and have to rely on the study loan for 60,000 ringgit Malaysians for my youth college and universities, tuition fees and living expenses. During that period, the currency exchange rate was one pound of sterling to around 620 ringgit Malaysians. That was the main factors to attract me to go over to UK. For my UK working holidays visa application, it is required for me to attend an interview at British High Commissions to assess my eligibilities. In the 2-year stays in Wales, UK, I worked 2 years as a waiter in order to earn some money to settle my loans and some funds to holiday in UK. UK was a fantastic country and I'm able to experience their cultures. In a blink of an eye, my UK working holiday visa was ended after 2 years. I came back to Malaysia for a few months rest before I started my career in Singapore. Currently, I'm working in Singapore as an engineer. After a few years work experience in the corporate, I realized that good communication skills, good writing skills, and good listening skills are crucial. A leader requires the skill set that I mentioned earlier. And I hope in the near future, I'm able to become an excellent leader. Thank you.
Thank you so much, our second speaker, Yves. So you guys know that well by now, goes through his icebreaker. No, it's not because of it's not all about engineer. You can know more his story. Okay. Please give them a round of applause because as a first time of speaker when he stands in front of people, then I don't think he have created any nervous like this is come pretty very well, so well done there. So our last speaker today will be delivering his halfway innovative planning level 3 elective project connect with storytelling. So please welcome his evaluator presentation mastery level 3 at the link chain to read out the project purpose.
The purpose of this project is for the member to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech that is a story.
Thank you so much, Adeline. And the time allocated for this speech is 5 to 7 minutes, and it's same with our first speaker meeting. So we will not do any time break anymore. Is that okay, Jason? I believe you know timing control, right? Alright, the next speaker is chemical engineering in oleochemical plant. So his hobby is gym, computer games, and cafe hunting. It's very boring, right? So let's put our hands together to welcome our next speaker, Toastmaster Jason. With his speech title is Get Comfortable with Being Uncomfortable. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Let's put our hands to welcome Jason.
Thank you, Yves, my wife. So as I come to know that if you want to achieve something that's worth doing, is actually one step away from your comfort zone. For example, things that matters you, like you want to diving into a new startup, or changing a career, or start a new relationship, or start to learn a new skills or interest. For example, public speaking. There are people they are putting much effort, like livelihoods and time into the interest. They're doing these uncomfortable things that we say. And unfortunately, I can say the most difficult part is these uncomfortable things is not essential. Why do I say so? For example, I used to go gym every day after work. But if one day I don't work out, do I lose anything that affects my life? No. So you are just good to live within your comfort zone. But if you want to doing just fine and start doing well, you need to become a person that loves discomfort. So how do you mean like you love discomfort? If, for example, this can be told for my story. 5 years ago, I just fresh graduated as a chemist, not yet an engineer. So I got a job offer from my current company as well. And my company is doing palm oil trading business. So I got the opportunity to travel to India and China to visit our customers. And as you all know, palm oil has a variety of the application. You can use it for the raw material for animal feeds, wax, candles, fires making, cosmetic, and home care products. So I visited factory from various industrial background. And fortunately now, the company is paying my travel expenses, my flight ticket, foods and drink during the trips. So after meeting clients, so the remaining times is all up to us. So you are free to visit the tourist attraction spot or visit the nearby any nice restaurant or cafe. So if they only one who like travel and work and travel kind of lifestyle, please raise your hand. The company is paying everything for you. Okay. So for your information, as a chemist, the job ceiling is not high as I thought. So most of the fresh graduates that you finish university, eventually they will work in factory as quality controller.
And also, if some of them have higher educational level, they are able to get opportunity to work in MNC as a R&D department and or become a chemical sales rep like me. However, their working routine is about the same every day. Sometimes I might doubt myself that am I being too comfortable with my current situation. Until one time, I attended a meeting together with my boss to visit one of the largest petrochemical plant in India. And the GM, factory GM, general manager, is not allowed me to enter for the meeting. He is only allowed my boss and his own team of engineers. Because he told me directly that I'm not qualified for the technical meeting. You are just a chemist. So please be waiting outside. So it's a very harsh truth for me. While waiting outside, so the sudden idea comes into my mind. Why do I just continue my further study in Master of Engineering? But it was a tough decision for me because that was my golden period to strive for my career development. All my friends that same age with me are working hard to get promotion. Then I have to step down and diverge into new career path. Therefore, when back to Malaysia, I Googled it, Master of Engineering in local university, because local university offers cheaper tuition fee. Then suddenly University Technology Malaysia, UTM, come up and cost work 2 years, and it offers very worth price for tuition fee to me. And I just enrolled to it. And the first day I remember very clearly, the first day I entered the classroom, I was full of confidence because if I just thought that it was a chemistry related subject, and I have extra working experience than those all young innocent students, but the reality hits me back. I don't understand a single thing that the lecturer wrote on the whiteboard because there's not any chemical formula or don't have any things that I'm familiar with. It's all full of mathematics, physics, formula, equations. So in my previous speech, I mentioned that during secondary school, I hate mathematics and physics so much, even that I give up and fail both subjects I also don't get. Then, but I really decided to continue my master. So, in the anxiety of not knowing how to do and want to continue, so I look for internet for motivation. I search for life hacks, mind hacks, all kind of productive tips to get my interest how to pair with mathematics and physics and let me learn with these subjects. So day and night I studied back everything again from the degree textbook for all subjects. So slowly I able to cope the level as compared to my current batch of students. In my final semester, I take a visit to my program coordinator lecturer, and I express my appreciation to her because she has been very helpful to me all throughout my studies. And also ask one question to her back as a bit of funny questions. I asked her, Doctor, can you notice what's the difference between I joined, the first day I joined in UTM, and the last day when I finished the whole semester? So is there anyone can guess? The question is about appearance one.
Confidence.
I told her, Doctor, the first day I still able to comb my hair. And before I go to class. Before I go to work. So I go to work now, I just get the bed, and I straight away I go to work. So I encourage everyone, taking an easy path. Comfortable is easy as term suggests. But the easy path, we got hundreds of options along the way. So the temptations are plentiful. I encourage everyone to take opportunity, try something that's worth doing. I'm comfortable. I know when you're doing something unfamiliar, there are voices in your mind telling that stop doing this. We are very new on this. But step out of your comfort zone and try something that is worth doing and embrace the discomfort. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our first speaker to share with us today. So the lesson that I will learn from this speech is never further study a matter. So this is just kidding, okay, because of the terror needed, so future study is needed for his or her. So thank you so much for all the speakers today. You're welcome. So I would like to invite Hannah for the timing report, please. Please welcome Toastmaster Chen Pu. Read out the time report.
Okay, for long heading, she spoke for 7 minutes 30 seconds. That team spoke for 6 minutes 28 seconds. Jason Chan spoke for 7 minutes 28 seconds. Congratulations to all the speakers are eligible for the voting.
Yeah. So remember your first speaker, you have to first, and later on we will have our voting section. Next is another one of the most exciting section of a Toastmaster meeting, which we call table topic session. Don't clap yet. That means our rebellion will try it. Is it? Yeah. So when the member and our guests can get to participate in giving an impromptu speeches. So our table topic master for this evening is Toastmaster Racheal. So she is an insurance agent, and for me, she is always a very helpful, a very kind person. And I love her smiling face. If you see her, then you'll feel like melted, melted in her smile. She takes out the mask today. Okay, let's welcome our Toastmaster Racheal on stage for this session. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and friends. Are you ready for our second very exciting part today? Are you ready? Now is the time for us to do our second very excited session, which is table topic. The main objective of this table topic section is to develop our impromptu communication skills, and also we have to effectively to practice our feet by answering some unrehearsed questions. So just and also in this table topic session, we will develop our 4 essential skills, which is first listening, second speaking, third thinking, and last is logical and organizing. So that is a 4 essential skills you have to remember, and you have to try to answer our questions later. So next, can I have timer to demonstrate the timing sequence? For every table topic speaker, you will be given 1 minute to 2 minutes 30 seconds. So for 1 minute, you will see the green light short. Ding. Okay, yes. And for 1 minute 30 seconds, you will see the yellow light be short. And in 2 minutes, you will see the red light short. And in 2 minutes 30 seconds, you will hear the sound. Ding 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 like that. So since our table topic is to practice our impromptu skill, communication skill, so I encourage all of you to try to have a try together. Now let's start with our table topic questions now. So any volunteer our members first? Oh, I see. Okay. Racheal, you are ready, right? Okay. Please your hand. Okay, Racheal, just tell us which number, what is your lucky number? Number 2. Okay, number 2. Racheal, your number is, share with us the reason why you joined Toastmaster. Share with us the reason why you joined Toastmaster. Over to you, Racheal. Good evening to all guests and members. To all of you that know me, I am a very talkative and very joyful person. and I can talk to everyone and share a very happy story to everyone. But if when you want me to stand in front to have a very proper speech, I will tell you, so sorry. I will be very shy and muted. That's why I decided to join Toastmasters because I want to learn the skill how to have a proper speech and how to have a very confident that stand in front to all the audience to have a very good presentation and a good example that can share with everyone. I wish one day I can to be a very confident person and stand on the stage to speak to maybe thousand and million person and will be a very successful leader. Thank you very much.
This is the first time I heard Racheal. What is the reason she joined Toastmaster? And however, she didn't tell. When before she say she is not confident, but when I know her, she is most confident in my mind, in my heart. Okay, so good job, and I believe through thick and thin, we can be better together. So next, I would like to have our second member to volunteer. Any volunteer here? Madam Wong, yes, good. Very good to volunteer yourself, okay? So our online guests, do volunteer yourself also.
This is my volunteer. This is
Half volunteer. Yeah, half volunteer. Okay. Madam Wong, which number you would like to choose? Okay. Number 8. Number 6? Number 6. Number 6, okay. Number 6 in Chinese we call count. Means that very get one. Okay. Oh, good questions. What have you gained or improved from Toastmaster? Madam Wong, what have you gained or improved from Toastmaster? Over to you.
What is Toastmaster? Master your toast? I'm a Toastmaster. If you want to eat, master your toast. Why I joined my Toastmaster is I don't like talk too much, but when I go to work, I'm forced to sleep. Especially, I'm a team leader for my job. I need to coach. Accept my profession, that is actually not a problem. To join Toastmaster, actually, what is Toastmaster? Just like I said, that is a Toastmaster is a place where you learn and master your public speaking and your presentation. I think that is very important to reflect on presentation. So to join Toastmaster is first we have to learn and master our speaking skill, presentation skill, and also more important, how to get is how to organize your speech without any preparation in 5 seconds. So this is what I want to join, and I hope after a year I can speak better than now. Of course, I'm very nervous. The moment I step, everything forgot. So I hope to spend more time, especially in the COVID position. And this is actually a very good platform for us to think and preparation in very short time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam Wong. She really did a good speech, right? She giving a very good speech. So there is what you can get in impromptu speaking. in table topic session and also in Toastmaster. So thank you for sharing. Next, I would like to invite our online guests to choose a number. So our online guest, Sam Sing Chan, or anyone would like to have a share, right, to give a speech. Okay, so can I have
Okay, I will go.
Good. Which number you would like to choose?
Number 4.
Okay, number 4. The question number 4 is, describe an organization you joined before and why did you enjoy? Describe an organization you joined before and why you did enjoy. So over to you, Sam.
Hi, and thank you for having me. In today's table topics, I want to introduce you guys to organizations that I've joined. So it's the St. John Ambulance organization during high school. It's a part of our curriculum. So St. John Ambulance is introduced to train young cadets to be equipped in first aids so that could help people during emergencies. So when I joined high school and I was looking to the list of which curriculum should I join, and I felt I was attracted to the uniforms that St. John's are wearing. So thought to myself, they looks very smart, so maybe I should join and see. So at first it's a very surface thing. It's like I'm interested in their uniforms. But the more I join in this organization, I feel there's a lot of cooperation and teamwork that goes along with it. Me personally, I do join the competition team before, and I enjoy the teamwork and I enjoy that everyone has a share in opinions and how the team would carry themselves together. So it's really in line with today's idiom, which is through thick and thin. So during my competition, through thick and thin, no matter what problem arises, we will stand strong and go on together during practice or during competitions. We stay united during this whole time. So yeah, that's all that I have for today. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. Good try for your first speech. And I really liked your organization, St. John. And yes, I was also impressed with the St. John uniform before. And after that, Sam have say quite 2 times unity. So I would like to give you a quote that I believe very much. We are only as strong as we are united, so as weak as we are divided. So let's grow together no matter which organization you are in. Next, I would like to invite our guests again to answer, to try and introduce speaking. So can we have Yves? Hey, Yves. Which number you like to choose? Okay, number 5. Pradip. Okay, number 5. Number 5, the question is, share a sweet memory you have with your friend. Share a sweet memory you have with your friend. Over to you, Yves.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I have one best friend. I know her in last company. Sweet memory, I think is at one time we accident is at Sutera Mall. Then my half years cannot turn.
She's very scared. Then by many medical to me, Jojo, you know this. I think can be best friend forever together.
Sweet family, your boyfriend?
Sorry?
Sweet family.
Family.
Fashion.
Go China, then so we together go anyway.
Your mind. What time you think?
Yes, I think a very big breakthrough. So good job. Better in the next. So next, congratulations to Yves for your breakthrough. So next, I would like to invite our, I think let's have our online guests as well. So can I have our online guests? No worry, we are here to learn together. So can I have our guest, Xin Chan? Xin Chan, are you there?
Hi everyone.
Hi, Susan. Now, can you choose a number?
Number one, please.
Number one. Okay, number one. Susan, your question is the way to resolve conflict with your friend. The way to resolve conflict with your friend. Over to you, Susan.
First of all, thank you, Joanne, for inviting me to this meeting. So this is my very first time to having this impromptu speaking in front of so many persons. So I hope that everyone can understand what I'm speaking right now. Okay, back to the topic, which is the way that I solving my conflict with my friend. So I guess communication is the most important key point when solving a conflict, no matter with your colleague in your career or either your friends in your real life. So one example that I had a conflict with my friend, which is we had a different opinion towards the directions in our life. But it's like we are having different we have different opinions towards our life, and we're trying to get a mutual agreement that which direction that we are having to. So I'm sorry that I'm not ready.
Yes, anything else? Yes, anything? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Cynthia. Okay, that. Okay, thank you, Cynthia, for your sharing. And we would like to hear you more. So, hope to see you in physical meeting next time. So, thank you for all the participants to share to enjoy and to join our table topic session. I hope you all enjoy. And no matter you all enjoy or not, I can see your improvement in 10 to 10. So, next, can I have timer to give a timer report?
Share the report.
Yes.
So for the first table topic speaker, Racheal, she spoke for 1 minute 40 seconds. Second table
of speaker, student 1, spoke for 1 minute 51 seconds. Third speaker said, spoke for 2 minutes 4 seconds. Fourth speaker, Eileen, spoke for 1 minute 26 seconds. The last speaker was Xingchen. She spoke for 1 minute 48 seconds. All speakers are eligible for the voting.
Congratulations to all the speakers and last, please give all the speakers a round of applause. I would like to pass the control back to our TME today. Thank you. Once again, thank you so much our favorite topic master today. Have you guys enjoyed? Yeah. Wow. Well, enjoy is it? Online audience? Yeah. Speaker also enjoyed? Can you give me some feedback? I believe all will enjoy too. And now we will have our next section, which is we'll take our group photo before we move to break time. So photographer, are you ready for group photo? Shall we move our place or just sitting for now? And Zoom master.
I take physical. I take the online.
Yes, Zoom master will take the photo for online one. So online audience, please ready? Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, on our online site, please put up your best smile for the group photo.
Our lovely guests, please turn on your camera.
Can see your group? And the girl can.
Christine, do you mind if we see your beautiful face, as well as Michelle? Do you mind to turn on your camera? Would love to have you on the screen. Lovely.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Another one. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3.
Selfie.
Selfie, yeah, okay.
Yes. Group photo. Where is it? Cannot.
So many people. I have to take so many.
1, 2.
Can then come in.
Okay, 1 more. Cannot see it.
No.
I changed that.
It's okay. Everyone.
Let the expert do it.
Queen. Yeah, you see?
Hold on. Hold on.
Okay? Are you guys ready? 1,
Ready?
2, see her. 1, 2, 3. One more, 1, 2, 3. Yes. Okay, done.
My foot.
We have our break time for 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes only. We will back in 8:15. Alright, now is the evaluation section, and feedback is the breakfast of champions, or evaluation is the heart of the Toastmaster educational program. So giving and receiving constructive feedbacks are crucial so we can all improve as a better speakers. So for this, I would like to invite our general evaluator to lead the evaluation section. So he is the task district leader, serves as area director, division director C, and also the annual conference chair. So despite leading, he enjoys doing quiet things. Quiet things like building, drafting models, and swimming. So please help me to welcome our general evaluator, dynamic leadership level 5, Kishan, Pradip, from Met Toastmasters for this section. Please welcome.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the evening. All those in UK, good evening to all my online friends. Hello again. My name is Kishan. I am your general evaluator for this evening. Now, a general evaluator. In a Toastmaster meeting, we just stand up and we encourage, we give a speech. But then the secret to Toastmasters isn't just in giving a speech, it's in receiving feedback from an evaluator. And with this feedback, you become aware of not only where you can improve, but I think more importantly, you become aware of where are your natural strengths, because everyone has certain strengths that they are good at, and those are your natural talents that you must capitalize on. So then the evaluation session is perfect because you can know what are your strengths and then where you can stand to improve more. So then you become a total package when it comes to public speaking. Now, in today's evaluation session, we will first start by evaluating the prepared speakers who spoke earlier. And after that, we will then go to the table topics evaluation and then the technical role players, followed by my report at the end. So to kick things off, let's start by listening to the evaluation of Mei-Ling and her experience shopping online. So evaluating Mei-Ling is Toastmaster Kang Wee Ming. So Wee Ming, over to you.
I enjoyed your speech and thanks for sharing with us your experience shopping online and also the lessons you learned from shopping online. As the project suggests, this speech is for Mei-Ling to learn about the vocal variety and also body language. And she told me that she wants to focus more on body language, which is what I'll be focusing more. And for body language, first part is the hand gesture that I observed. Mei-Ling had a good variety of hand gesture. For example, when she talked about grabbing the laptop at a very cheap price, she used a gesture to grab. So I think this is a very good gesture that can enhance the content that you were sharing. Second example will be 2020 and 2022, showing the figure 2. And next, in terms of body language, she also show a good variety of facial expression. For example, when she's presenting a more serious topic, like a fact, she will use a more serious expression. And when it's something exciting, I remember Mei-Ling shared when she saw the photo of the hiking shoes, her eyes opened so wide. So I think that shows that she's very excited. And nonetheless, when it's less positive topic, for example, there is a risk, then she will frown. So I think that is a very good use of facial expression. And nonetheless, in terms of body movement, I observed Mei-Ling spend more time on the right side of the stage, which is here. So, and other than that, she also moved back and forth quite often. And if I can share my humble suggestion for Mei-Ling to challenge further, what I can share with you is to utilize the stage better. For example, when you're moving from one topic that is from hiking shoes to attending here, maybe when you want to talk about laptop, you can turn on the other side. So it shows a transition of the topic. So that is my evaluation for Mei-Ling's speech. Thank you very much for the speech, and we hope to listen more from you. Thanks.
All right, thank you very much, Wee Ming, for your evaluation. I agree that it was very concise, and I think you gave Mei-Ling some good pointers in order to improve and to emphasize on her vocal variety and body language. Now, let's move on to our second evaluator. So our second evaluator is actually evaluating our icebreaker from just now. And I am not sure if we gave a standing ovation to Dave, or at least I didn't notice. So if we have not, shall we quickly give a standing ovation to Dave for completing his icebreaker? And then we invite Toastmaster Claire to give her evaluation. So don't be shy. Standing ovation, ladies and gentlemen, not sitting ovation. All right, fantastic. Thank you, everyone. And congratulations, Dave, for completing your first icebreaker. Now, it's my pleasure to invite Claire to give her evaluation. Over to you, Claire.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Hey, today is your first time to give a speech here, but I see you like many times you give a speech. When you walk out from there, you look like very firm like that. Okay. I like your voice because your voice is loud and clear. Okay. The structure you are giving the speech is very smooth. And your story is start from your primary until now. Personal stories are always touching people. So there's you mentioned when you're secondary school, you talking about your English transaction, from English translate your Chinese, you bring us back to the time. I also checking the English to Chinese one by one. It's very tough time. I can understand you. And I'm very impressed when you are saying you choose to go UK when after university because of your 60K debt. Okay, then I believe you gain a lot of experience in UK when you are in UK that 2 years or so. So for my humble suggestions for your whole speech, your gestures is you can, because you are still staying here, actually you can walk these when you speak to everyone, but your gesture is like that. The whole session is like that. So maybe you can do some more gesture and walk here and there. When you're talking about your 60K, maybe you can say 60K. Let people more understand. Okay, then let people more impressive. And your facial expressions, I noticed that your facial and expressions only one expression. Okay, looks like very sad, but you can give a smile also. Okay, then your eye contact is good. You contact to everyone, your audience, and your speech here, again, you don't step straight here, and you don't get walk left and right. And you can utilize the whole stage here because your stage is yours. And I believe your speech today you are well prepared. And from all the structure from first to the end is well structured. And I believe you have a lot of stories to share with us in the future. And best luck to you. And I want to listen more of the story. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Claire, for that evaluation. And thank you for summarizing it quite well. I think I noticed as well that our dear icebreaker Dave was actually pretty confident despite it being his icebreaker. So thank you for encouraging him further on his journey. Our third evaluator is going to be evaluating our Toastmaster Jason, who talked to us about getting comfortable. So I believe in order to make him uncomfortable so he grows even further, we need to welcome Toastmaster Adeline to make our Toastmaster Jason uncomfortable. So Toastmaster Adeline, please, all the stage is yours.
Finally, you did it very well. Awesome. 15 a lot of work. I like your personal experience story very much. Why I say so? Example, in the beginning and opening speech,
You encourage the audience. Don't stay in their comfort zone and must have awareness. This is the first point you point out. And we have a good interaction with the audience. Example, you put out the question to the audience to answer. And ask them to have more action. Example, like raise hand. Second, your speech has informative content. Example, your senior say that you are not a qualified engineer. You must wait outside. It's like a broken your heart, is it? These sentences let audience go deeper into your story. Let us know how you settle down your problem. You go study, find the resource from YouTube, and are very glad to test out your winners. How do you set a strategy and plan to achieve your goal? And so on. You draw the audience attention. You make audience love to hear more of the story from you. Well done. In conclusion, you did not forget to remind and motivate the audience again. Story and grow the audience is a perfect complement to the speech content. Good job. My humble suggestion, I think your next speech will have a stronger impact if you incorporate your vocal variety. For example, when you share about your feelings, you can use a lower tone to add more sadness. You can use your eye contact to attract and catch audience reaction and response to enhance your story content. Because I realize that you're always looking in the one-way direction in the center. Looking forward to your next speech and hope that you can take on the higher challenge in your future. Good luck to you.
All right, thank you very much for that evaluation. And Jason, I hope with that feedback that was given by Adeline, I'm very confident you'll be able to go even further with your next speech. Now, our fourth evaluator. So for our guests, you might be wondering, we only had 3 speakers, but why do we have 4 evaluators? Now, the reason for that is because today, our evaluator, Wiming, who evaluated the first speaker, is learning how to be an evaluator. And so to help her improve as an evaluator, it's my pleasure to welcome Toastmaster Bernard to give his thoughts. So Bernard, over to you.
Thank you, Kishan. Toastmaster Wong, thank you for your evaluation report that you have delivered. What I picked up is you started off very well by giving words of appreciation to our speaker, and you had also stated the purposes of the project. Remember, in evaluation, it is first and foremost important to motivate the speaker to return to deliver her speech soon enough. And secondly, to provide constructive feedback to help the speaker to improve. And this you have done well, as you have touched on her effective hand gestures, and you had also demonstrated what she had done. For facial expressions, you also mentioned how her eyes opened wide when she saw the hiking shoes that she wanted. You also touched on the body movement, which is smooth as she focused her attention to the audience. And you touched upon the movement that she had moving forward and backwards. And you also stated how important it is to fully utilize the stage. These are the points that you have highlighted to the speaker. Very well done. What I would like to hear more would be vocal variety. How did she use her voice to express her emotions and her thoughts or the message that she wanted to put across? I felt that you could have touched upon whether her voice and her emotions as well as body language were congruent. There was a part whereby I remembered in her speech when she mentioned, "My goodness, my toe is red." At that moment, I wondered whether she was, because she smiled, so it betrayed her emotions. Was she shocked or was she in pain? Because later on in the speech, she used the same words. My goodness, my little toe is black. So was she expressing disappointment or the feelings of having to have her toenail removed? So congruency in her voice, her words, as well as her body language to express that particular message. I would also like to suggest that you conclude with a summary of the strengths that you have highlighted to her in your report, as well as the 2 points that you touch on, how she could improve. That could be a very good evaluation report with your opening, your body, as well as a conclusion with the summary. With that, congratulations, Wimeng, on your maiden evaluation report. Back to you, General Evaluator Kishan.
Thank you very much, Bernard. Now, what I liked about how Bernard approached it, right, was that not only was he evaluating Wimeng, but then he had also evaluated our first speaker in order to compare how he evaluated versus how Wimeng did it. And that's how Bernard is able to be more detailed for Wimeng, so that he can illustrate to her and demonstrate with example how to be a better evaluator. And so it shows that when many different people hear a speech, everyone has different ideas. And so thank you, Bernard, for doing and for also evaluating the first speaker and then sharing your own notes over to Wimeng. That will be more beneficial for her in the long run. Now, we've heard from our prepared speech evaluators. It's time to hear from our table topics evaluator. So, ladies and gentlemen, just now we had 5 speakers. And so to evaluate these speakers, it's my pleasure to welcome Toastmaster Raymond Chai to deliver his evaluation. So Raymond, the stage is yours.
Racheal, we all know Racheal is talkative, bright, and confident. All right. So from the table topic, I like your voice. I like your body language. Okay, which is like dancing. Okay, I really like. But the most I like is your mini speech. It's really like a mini speech. All right, you tell us you from you got confidence, and then why you join Toastmaster, and because you want to build up your confidence level. All right. So Racheal, I want to challenge you. Perhaps you can share with us more some story. All right. I believe that you definitely will have experienced some unpleasant experience. You know how you know you lack of confidence. All right. Maybe you had some experience before. When talking to people, close people, then you have that kind of feeling, all right? That make you make a decision to join Toastmaster to overcome the problem, all right? Okay, next we have CN. CN, one thing you did very well is your opening. I really like your catchy opening, all right? You really hold my attention, and you have the kind of sense of humor. If you want to eat toast, join Toastmaster. Okay. All right. So I want to challenge you is in terms of improvement. All right. So perhaps you can add more point to your speech. All right. So apparently your point is not enough because I noticed that's a really nice just pass, and you actually still have a lot of time to share with us more things from your topic. Okay. So first we have a sender or guest here. Sam, I like his storytelling skill. Okay, and the best thing is he did add the value to the speech. He told us that when he joined the St. John Ambulance, that's what he learned, the teamwork spirit and collaboration. So teamwork and cooperation is very, very important to every organization. All right. I will challenge you, Sam. Now, You all know opening is important. You open your speech by saying that the organization I joined before is St. John Ambulance. All right, that is somehow or some powerful impact. What if you have said, ladies and gentlemen, did you guys ever attend first S training course? Then let me tell you something about that. So this way you can improve your opening. Okay, next we have our guest, Yves. Yves, I like your courage. I like your volume. Okay, at least people draw you the topic, you can come up and stand here. I remember one time, there are some guests, we draw them the topic, they don't have the kind of courage to come up here. All right, they say, I don't know, but you have the kind of courage, right? Doesn't matter. Okay, I believe every member here, most of them here have a same experience before. Even myself also have this kind of experience before. Okay, when I stand in front here, all right, my mind also go bang. Okay, very common, all right. Thank you as an experience. I want to see you next time here. All right. Okay, last is intern. Intern, I like your facial expression. You are easy. Okay, you always smile. All right. Intern, you actually have started the story. You already tell us that you have a conflict with your friend. All right, you have a different opinion and direction. So perhaps you can tell us why you have a conflict with your friend. So remember always to add the 6W and 1H. Ladies and gentlemen, what is 6W and 1H? Can someone tell me? From here. All right. Anyway, to me, 6W1 is one husband with 6 wives. Okay, so that is my invitation today. So I shall pass the control back to our UN Kishan.
Okay, thank you very much, Raymond, for your evaluation. I can hear the emotion in your voice, and you are a very animated speaker. And the evaluations, I like that you kept to picking out one good point, one point of improvement, and sometimes you went to two, but you were very consistent in the approach of evaluating the speakers. So thank you for that, Raymond. Now, before we proceed any further, we need to know the timer's report. So to Toastmaster To, are all our evaluators in time?
So let me share the title report. For the first evaluator coming in, he spoke for 2 minutes, 19 seconds. Kishan spoke for 3 minutes. Adeline Ching spoke for 2 minutes, 50 seconds. Bernard Wong spoke for 2 minutes, 44 seconds. And last but not least, Raymond Chai, he spoke for 5 minutes, 17 seconds. So all evaluators are eligible for the voting. Back to you.
All right, thank you for that, Toastmaster To. And so with that, then it is time for us to cast our votes. Now, I believe it will be for best speaker and best evaluator. And for those who are in Zoom, the Zoom master has placed the link in the Zoom chat. And for the others who are physically present, I believe our Zoom master is going to show you a QR code on the screen. So look, take out your handphones, scan that QR code, and let's vote for who we felt were our best prepared speech speaker, table topic speaker, and evaluator for today. starts in 2 minutes, then we proceed. So if you haven't voted, quickly vote now before it's too late. But while that happens, let's move on to our grammarian's report. So to give our grammarian's report is my fellow club member from Mac Toastmasters Club, who is also from USJ Toastmasters Club, the effervescent Sajni. So over to you, Sajni.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator, the charming Kishan Doshi. Okay, the word of the day before I show you my report. I think I didn't hear anybody using the word of the day, unless I have got very bad hearing. Please tell me my hearing is still okay. Response, guys, unmute yourself and respond and tell me if my hearing is still okay. Yes?
Yeah.
So this is what we are going to do. I want every one of you to just unmute yourself and also your physical audience. Online guys, please unmute yourselves. On the count of 3, when I say 1, 2, 3, I want all of you to say the word united. All right? So here we go. 1, 2, 3.
United.
United. Fantastic. Now we know this word exists in the dictionary. So please use it. Okay. Now let me share my report. Here we go. But I was very happy that the idiom of the day was used twice by Sam Leong. Excellent. Kudos to you. I only spotted one word which was mispronounced. It was pronounced as career. It is not career, it is career. It's career. Okay? And very few improper use as well. I was so pleased, really. One was shop day and night. A better way would be if you shop 24 hours. And another one was, I come from a middle-class family. A nicer way would be, I am from a middle-class family. And I had excellent use of English. Lo Mei Ling. Never buy your shoes online. What a statement you made. I have to remember that for life because I have bought several shoes online and got burnt as well. Dave Lim said, preferred career as an engineer. And he also said, good listening skills are crucial. You see the use of the words crucial, preferred, excellent use of words here. And Jason Chung, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. This is a very profound quote, I would say, or a saying, very, very profound. And that speech which he presented was just beautifully and well articulated to explain this as well. And then he also said, express my appreciation to her. The word express was used very, very correctly as well. And Jojo, our table topics master, wow, what can I say? She had the essential skills of impromptu speaking, listening, speaking, thinking, organizing. I learned something from her today as well. And Zin Chan, which direction are we heading to? Simple words, a word direction. Can you be used in another way? C.N. Wong, master your toast if you want to eat. This was so humorous but so correct. And Sam Leong, is in line with the idiom of today. And Bernard, whether the body language and emotion was in congruence. The word congruence is so beautifully used here. Now, while listening to all the speakers, I noticed that the word good was used several times. I would like to suggest here some alternative words to good. Instead of good, you can use exemplary, alternatively acceptable, or even satisfactory, and you can say exceptional or even remarkable. These are just some suggestions of instead of using the word good ever so frequently. So this is my little short, humble report for your club, and back to you, general evaluator.
Thank you, Sajni, for a very detailed breakdown and for increasing the usage of the word of the day. Clever move, clever move. Moving on to our next technical role player. This would be our R counter. Now, our R counter, his role is to watch our R's and ums, the awkward pauses, the so's, the repeated words. These are all words we are not aware that we use, but they do turn up in all our speeches and they can take away value from our speech. So to make us aware of our speech crutches, I welcome Toastmaster Goy Lai Hock. So Lai Hock, over to you.
Thank you, G. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. My duty today is to count and report the number of unnecessary sounds that hampers the effectiveness of the speakers to deliver the speech. First, I would like to go for 4 speakers who spoke without filler words. Our President Kishan, without filler word. Our grammarians, distinguished masters, Sajni Dharamdass. Our Evaluator, adjourned, without filler word. Our Evaluators, Wong, without filler word. Let's give a kudos, a big applause to them. Let me again to explain that what is the filler words. So during our speech, when you have some sounds like well, so, like, but, and the keyword or other foreign language. So that will be considered a filler word. Our SA ratio 1R, so total purchase 1. Toastmaster of evening, Yves, 2R, 1R, and repeat story, total purchase 4. Our China for shampoo, 1M, total purchase 1. Our general evaluator, Kishan Pradip, 1R, 3R, repeats words, our total pages 5. Our evaluators, Angwini, 1R, repeat as the, repeat this, and repeat seconds. Total pages 4. Our evaluators, creatants. 8R, 1R, repeat word as your, like, and other sounds E1, total pages 13. Our Toastmaster evaluators, Raymond Child, 5R, 2M, 1R, repeat word sound, foreign language, in Chinese, 我不要。1M, and 1 la, total pages 13. Our prepared speech speakers, Romary, 1M, 1R, repeat word, the, and repeat words, enjoy, total pages 4. Our speaker, Dave Lee, 3R, total pages 3, sorry. Our speaker, Jason Chan, 4R, 1M, repeat 9, total pages 6. Our table topic master, Jojo Te, 2R, 1 show, repeat words for every, and the sound thinking should be, the bell will be right. So total pages 4, 5. Our table topic participant, Madam Wong, 1R, total pages 1. Our guest, Sam, 2R, 1R, 1 show, total pages 4. our guest Yves, 2 repeat words many, 1 foreign language Tanjung, total purchase 4. Our guest online, Kishan, 1 8 2 song, total purchase 11. So for our guest, you are exempted from the fine. For those speakers speak for 1 purchase, you will pay 10 cents. The limit fine will be 3 ringgit. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you, Al Counter. The only thing I'm wondering now is whether you accept a touch and go e-wallet or you accept GrabPay, because obviously I cannot pass you the fine in person. So finally, let's listen to our timer who will give his final report for this evening. So To, take it away.
Share the slide. For the SAA, use 4 minutes a second. Opening address 3 minutes 44 seconds. TME introduction spend 10 minutes 49 seconds, which is exceeding the time. Recipients spend 4 minutes 28 seconds, which is within the time. And last but not least, our counter spend 4 minutes 42 seconds, which also exceed the time. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster To. So for those people who exceed the time, right? There is nothing wrong when that happens in a Toastmaster meeting, because how else can you become a better speaker if you don't practice? Now, the reason, for the benefit of the guests, the reason we have the timers roll is because it doesn't matter how amazing of a speaker you are. If you were supposed to speak for 10 minutes and you end up speaking for 1 hour, it doesn't matter how much you change my life. I'm still going to resent you for taking my 50 minutes away from me. And that's why the timer's role is important in a meeting, to make you aware of how long you took to speak. And by being aware of how long you take to speak, you become a better speaker, because now you're aware of your speech crutches thanks to the R counter. You're aware to use descriptive language or to use words you've never used before through the grammarian. And with the help of the timer, you learn how to do that all within a set time. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the part where I deliver my evaluation of this club meeting. And I cannot help but to admire that you picked that photo of all photos. So thank you for picking a photo that was actually taken by my CIO when he came down to the KL office a few years back. Now, for my evaluation, I'm going to go through the general things that we always talk about as a GE. And then after that, because I promised that I would talk about it, I'll talk about a bit about the hybrid setup that you have in your meeting today. So the meeting, to my perception, I feel it started on time, because in Malaysian timing, 2 minutes or 3 minutes is still considered well on time. So the meeting started on time. And the one thing I liked was that for the online guests, Joanne had taken it upon herself to welcome the guests, to speak to the guests, to understand what the guests were doing. And this is actually a very good move by Joanne, because what I've noticed in hybrid meetings is that when we are in person, we want to talk to those in person. And there is nothing wrong with that. It's human nature. So Joanne, by taking that extra move to talk to the guests, she helped to continuously maintain that engagement with the online guests, so that the online guests don't feel like everyone in person is having so much fun, and here I am being silent by myself. So thank you for practicing that, Joanne. And I hope that in future meetings, when you do hybrid, other club members who join online also take that up in order to carry a conversation with your online guests. The presiding officer, Yves, had set some very good expectations of what to expect for today's meeting. And the Toastmaster of the evening went through each speaker. One thing I thought was a bit peculiar, because I've in this club, the Toastmaster of the evening didn't ask the role players to introduce themselves, or more specifically, they didn't ask me to introduce myself. So I don't know if that's a norm for this club, or if it was just a one-time thing, but then it's something to be aware of. But then otherwise, I think the Toastmaster of the evening had taken the effort to break down how is pathways like, what to expect for today's meeting, what is Toastmasters, and this was done in a very concise manner. Talking about the speakers and the evaluators, I've given my my feedback throughout the meeting, so I won't repeat myself there. You all did a fantastic job speaking, and the evaluators, you've done a fantastic job to pick out the strengths and weaknesses of our speakers so that they can become better public speakers in a future meeting. Now, let's talk a bit about the hybrid setup that you had. Now, as the meeting was going on, I took it upon myself to start figuring out how I think your meeting setup looks like. And after observing how things look like in through the cameras that you have set up, this was more or less the drawing I've put together. What I see is that you actually have a very good setup, where you've got two cameras, one for the speaker view, and you've also marked down on the floor where the physical audience should stand. And you've got this audience view camera that's somewhere in the corner here, based on what I can see on the screen. So this is a good setup, because you have the speaker view for us to see the speaker. At the same time, we can also see the audience. And in the case like when the R counter was speaking, he just stood up from where he was and gave his report. So then the audience view camera becomes useful at that moment. So good job to the Zoom master for setting that up. After having a brief chat with him, I realized that you guys are using, or you're being very clever, that you're using the speaker feature within a projector in order to hear us speaking. So again, very good use of technology. Rather than bringing a lot of extra equipment around, you just use what's already in the building. So to me, this was a good setup. I think the only gap we have here is actually the microphone you use to connect to the laptop. I'm not sure if the microphone was connected to the laptop or to the projector, but what we noticed halfway was, as the Toastmaster of the evening gave their speech, gave their welcoming, it suddenly became super sensitive and we could hear everything. And it was very loud. I had to lower the volume on my phone because it felt very deafening. So I think the only gap in your hybrid setup is really just your wireless microphone. And so I would suggest to find something that find a wireless microphone that will be able to connect directly to the laptop, maybe using just the speaker port. At the same time, finding something that's cost effective for the club, because I know we don't want to spend not every club wants to spend so much money to buy this kind of equipment. So in that vein, there are things like this lavalier microphone from Shure. This is a very good brand that I've heard of. Another brand I've heard of is also this brand called Anytrox, where you again you have a microphone that you clip onto the speaker and the receiver is just connected to your laptop. So I would suggest finding a microphone like this, because these microphones tend to come with extra features. And some of those extra features also include being able to be smart enough to know that not to create an echo or to create audio feedback. So by putting a bit of money in to find the right wireless microphone, you'll be able to save yourself from having to try and figure out what's wrong with the microphone. And at the same time, you don't have to ask your Zoom master to constantly mute and unmute you so that we can talk to you. So for overall, your hybrid setup, I would say it's actually a very solid setup. The only gap you have at the moment is just to sort out your wireless microphone. And I think once you sort that out, you actually will have a very strong setup because your two cameras are positioned just right. You'll have a projector that you can turn off and on as and when you need. And you're already doing a lot of things right here where you have a member in the virtual room entertaining or to mingle with the guests. So keep up all these little things. And in your next hybrid meeting next month, I believe you'll be able to have a meeting where touch wood, nothing fails you or nothing goes wrong all of a sudden. All in all, this meeting, in my opinion, was very well run. You guys are a very mature club. I've gone through some of the past feedback that was given by the past, even by the immediate general evaluator from meeting number 56. And I feel that this club is in fact very strongly positioned to do well throughout this term. So keep up the good work. Evaluators, impart your knowledge to your new members so they learn the art of evaluation. To our speakers, keep on speaking. Today is always only the first step. The next step is to prepare for the next speech. And then finally, to the club members who arranged this hybrid setup, you've done a really good job. You only just need to refine it just a bit more and it will be perfect. With that, back to the Toastmaster of the evening, Yingyi.
Once again, thank you so much, our General Evaluator Kishan, for the insightful and valuable feedback. Is all right from Harvard. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you, Kishan. Now is the moment that we have been waiting for, which is the award presentation ceremony. So I shall announce the results for our best speaker and best ever topic and best evaluator today. Before that, I would like to invite our president come on stage to witness this award. So first, I would like to give is for the best prepared speaker. So it's our best prepared speaker. Who is the best speaker? So the best speaker for today is
Together winning the screen.
Then they can get a best speaker. I would like to present for the best ever topic speaker. Go to who? You say CM1. Our best ever topic for today is Racheal. Congratulations. But you don't feel shocked. Okay, now next is our best evaluator. Please guess our best evaluator goes to. Sorry. Yes. It's go to. The cook Bernard. Every slide on screen, just take the photo like this. Okay.
Just now, the nurse say to me about
So cute, Manan.
Congratulations for the best speaker, best topic, and best Now, I would like to present another ribbon. Is all about the icebreaker. So please welcome Dave on stage live. They are your first in Toastmasters. These are very good ribbons for you. Congratulations.
Hold on. Okay, one more. Okay.
Can see the background. Very good. I would like to. Next is all about the another award is the. You all remember we have another campaign I think last 2 weeks, so which is a presidential team and for voting our club motto for this term. So the result is out and we will present in this meeting. I would like to invite our Vice President of Public Relations for this section, Racheal.
So I would like to congratulate our winner is Lipstan.
So our next club motto, which is start your journey to excellence. Yay! This part of the club motto is start your journey to excellence. So please keep this spirit on this part and we'll keep learning and learning together. Next, I would like to move to our next section, which is the special announcements. I will let our club members first. Can I invite our Vice President of Education, Joel, for the special announcement? Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the evening, Yingyi. Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters and guests, I have 2 special announcements to make. The first one is that the humorous speech and evaluation contest is around the corner. So for your information, every year we have 1 contest, 1 humorous speech and 1 evaluation contest is only conducted annually. And this year we are having it on 10th September. It's a Saturday. We are having a physical contest in the same venue we are sitting right now. Currently, we are still open for contestants as well as role players. Please contact our beautiful lady contest chair, Claire Tan. She's sitting, wearing a bright red, sitting in our room today. Please contact her if you're keen to take up a role. It will definitely help you to pick up a skill to run a contest. And if you join as a contestant, you'll be able to feel the adrenaline rushing and the blood boiling. It's truly different, whole new experience from what you're doing in a regular meeting. So do take it up if you wish to improve yourself further. The second announcement that I'd like to make is Hall of Fame. Now, Hall of Fame is an annual event conducted by district to recognize and celebrate the accomplishment of the members and clubs throughout the term, which is the last term. So whatever that we did well in the last term, including club awards and individual awards, will be presented in this event. For Johor Bahru, it is dated 1st October. Let's go in a big group and make Sutera Utama Toastmasters Club proud again. Thank you, and with that, I pass the control back to Toastmaster of the Evening, Yves.
Okay, thank you so much for our VP announcement. So is there any guests or our members who would like to give a special announcement? Is it Kishan or our camaraderie? No. Last meeting is it? Alright, thank you. So now I will end for the special announcement section. So it's my pleasure to be the Toastmaster of the evening for this meeting. And I have also learning something today, and I hope the next TME will learn something new. Also, so please please let Joanne know if you want to be the next step of the next meeting of the TME. So thank you so much, and I would like to invite our president for the closing address.
Thank you for part of the evening. Alright. Okay, I mentioned earlier in my opening is that I see our club, the unity of our club, and I exhort every one of you, each of you, to stay united, especially. And then, what I forgot to mention is, last weekend, we had one member organize a successful workshop. And anyone attended the workshop? Raise your hand, please. And 1, 2. Whole class of 2 members attended the workshop. Okay, very good. Okay, 3. Okay. Now the workshop is organized by our club members, also our club Sajni Dharamdass. Well, I hope. It's always not easy to organize a division level workshop. And the workshop is a humorous speech and evaluation contest workshop, which is like what Kishan encouraged all of us just now to better our evaluation skill and further to take part in upcoming humorous speech and evaluation contest. So for those that do not yet attend the workshops, please later I will get Racheal to share the replay into our members group so that you all can learn from 2 very nice speakers. One is Yasota and the other one is Joel Lim. So after you watch the replay, please contact her to join the contest. Okay? Yes. Okay. And then everyone have you take the agenda? Take the agenda out. Okay, it's good. So don't forget the second page of the agenda, the second section, we always have these upcoming events. So our next meeting is an online one, and our humorous speech contest and evaluation contest is what Joanne shared with us just now is right here. So please always, when you take this agenda back, always check it out, okay? So for what is the upcoming events. And once again, thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Sajni, to share with us the grammarian and share with us the words united. And of course, go to a very high gratitude to our general evaluator, Kishan. And this is the first time I see a general evaluation report with how to shopping, what is the equipment we have to buy, with the shopping. So this is very good. And I believe that today we have some hiccup, especially for those online. I apologize for due to the sound system. Next time we will definitely embrace to improve from what Kishan shared with us earlier. To have to test with the microphone on the laptop itself. Thank you. And I hope you all enjoy the meetings, and I'm very happy to see all of you here in person, especially today who took really hard maybe to come all the way down here, took it and team to pass the custom, and later you're going back to Singapore, right? Yeah. And of course, understand every one of you, no matter you travel from Masai, from Moreland, from JB Town, from Tukananas, from Sutra, or from India, this is the spirit. And last but not least, online participants, your attendance make our hybrid meetings a success one. So no matter who you are, even you are at home, or at Racheal like Joanne or Kishan and Sajni, it's very honored to have you all to make our hybrid meeting a united one. So that's the spirit I see in Sutera Utama Toastmasters Club. Let's carry on this spirit and march through all the thick and thin, okay? Thank you, and I shall now. Oh, okay. Lastly, before I do my closing, may I have our guests to give us some feedback? Can I have Yves? Any feedback for today's Toastmasters meeting?
Very nice.
Very nice. Anything else other than very nice?
See you next week.
Thank you. Hi Sam, can you share with us on your experience?
Hi, I really love the experience. Like everything is very structured, and even we are new guests, but we still get feedbacks as well. So it's a good practical way for me to start improving myself. So overall, it's a pleasing experience. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Sam. Celine, please. Sinchan, are you there, Celine?
Sinchan.
Hi, Sinchan. Maybe she's too shy. Okay. And can I have our visiting Toastmaster Sajni? Do you have any words that can share with us?
Well, I would say this is my first time attending this meeting, and I found it fun. A lot for me to learn, as always, from the speakers and the evaluators. Very light-hearted and very fun. I enjoyed the whole atmosphere. It was good. Fantastic. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, and lastly, Kishan, do you have anything besides of your evaluation report?
What else, Super?
What else you need from me, Yves? I gave everything already.
Everything. Okay, we love to see you next time in person. Maybe meet you at a Hall of Fame. Okay, thank you everyone, and I want to end with a vow that I'm appreciate that what Kishan shared with us just now. We have a very close to perfect hybrid meeting settings, but I believe that we can still have room for improvement. So please work with us to continue to find to better the meetings. And I also like to mention one thing. That I don't want to stress everyone. I know it is not easy to attend here physically in person on time. But let's challenge ourselves that next time we can try to come here as earlier as possible. Maybe we can have a dinner together, or maybe we can even set up the rooms together. Is that okay? Okay, yes, yes. I want to declare the meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Good night.